trying to keep to time. At a time when people are embracing technology more deeply into their lives, companies attempt to meet their needs and expectations, which are falling short. For organizations to compete, businesses need to rebuild business and technology models to diffuse tech clash, build human-centered models, and foster trusting relationships with people. To tell us more, we have our keynote speaker, Mark Carroll-Billiard, Global Senior Managing Director, Accenture. He is the Global Senior Managing Director of Accenture Labs, the company's dedicated R&D organization. In his role, he also directs Accenture's annual Technology Vision Research, which looks at the future of enterprise technology. And also, he loves to do magic tricks, and he's been performing magic since the time he was 8 years old. He's written 6 books on programming. He's a programming enthusiast. And he loves photography and trekking, and he believes India is a beautiful country because it gives you so many opportunities for very interesting photographs. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mark and welcome him on stage.
Thank you so much. All right, well, thanks very much. It's a privilege for me to be here. And I spent my life in planes, obviously, and I always wanted to launch the Tech Vision out of India. And I don't say India when I talk to my family, I say incredible India. And the reason why I keep saying incredible India is every time I come, there's always another idea that comes to my mind because someone planted the seed in my mind. And yesterday I was attending the Capgemini Award session. And your Minister of Railways and Industry told about a fantastic idea, which is deploying Wi-Fi station in every railway station. That is innovation. And so I was discussing with my team, Reka, and what can we do about eventually extending this stuff? And there's no engagement from Accenture in this one, don't get me wrong. But my thinking is that if there's Wi-Fi station, why don't we deploy schools or have coach or professor, an IT professor, while people basically are waiting for the train, they can do their homework. And then when they go to the next station, someone's going to correct the homework. And so that's how basically you could build a whole IT education on the train, on the go. All right, anyway, so I lead R&D globally for Accenture, and I have probably the best job in this planet and the best job at Accenture, definitely. And so I want to talk to you about the Tech Vision today. And we're going to start with this first slide. What's interesting in the Tech Vision is that what we're doing every year is to identify the technology trends, that will change the way our clients and our organizations are working. But I think it goes way beyond now. I think it's changing also the way society are working, regulators are working. And so for 20 years, we've been delivering the technology vision. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the 20th anniversary of our Tech Vision. We started in 2000. Thank you. And every year, we identify between 5 and 8 trends. So that's about 100 and 180 trends that we've been identifying and trying to predict the future, And I have to say that I think our vision was pretty 2020. Not every time, but we had a pretty good prediction, I remember my team, more than 15 years ago, were working on a retailer platform that was held by Amazon at the time, and we thought about inventing the cloud or working in the cloud. My guys, 17 years ago, were building the first goggle stuff using AR and see what we could do with it. It looks like really clumsy. And it goes on and on and on. So our Tech Vision is a very precise process in how we select the trends. We do a lot of survey. And this year alone, we surveyed more than 6,000 IT and business executives. We have also our advisory board working with us. We have luminaries. We work with universities, we work with our clients, and we have the 500,000 people of Accenture that provide us insight. This is a big crowdsourcing approach, okay? I think what's even more interesting is that it's all about consumer at the time. So we've decided also to survey 2,000 plus consumers this year. So Tech Vision. It's all about technology. Technology doesn't stop. Innovation doesn't stop. Yesterday, we were all talking about innovation. I was, again, talking this morning about technology and innovation. Where is this going? And it goes very fast. And this is a quick summary of what happened last year. It's like, and I'm not going to go through all the vignettes, but there are a couple of those that I like. I mean, the one in the bottom, it's like in the middle button, you know what it is? It's a burger. Well, it's meat. But it's not meat, really. It's vegetables with nutriments put together by a company called Impossible Food. Because people don't want to eat meat anymore. They want something different. The value of people has changed also. More sustainability. They don't want to recreate meats all the time everywhere. So Burger King did the Impossible Burger, and that's the Impossible Burger of Burger King. You see on the right top, facial recognition. I lived 6 years in Silicon Valley. San Francisco is the first city worldwide who has banned facial recognition from the city. It's a new world. It's a world where people want technology to support their values. Now, what's interesting here is that to see that value is at the center of technology today. And let's be honest, all amongst us here, there was a fantastic excitement with all this technology, even like 10 years ago. What technology has delivered to us? Probably not enough. And that's a survey that we got from 800 CEOs. They all told us that they have a hard time to deploy this technology at scale, driving innovation at scale. It's very difficult for them. Also, their consumers do not sometimes understand exactly what they try to do. The value is not met. And in fact, only 10% of the CEOs believe that the return on investment for innovating brought them what they were expecting. But for the rest, this is definitely not the case. And for the bottom 25%, they're leaving on the table 16% worth of revenue growth, potential revenue growth. That will continue increasing. By 2023, we believe it's going to be 46%. And on top of that, I talked about values. Technology has not brought up where customer expecting. I call that art. The A is for agency. They want to be in control. Consumer wants to be in control. The R is for respect. They want to be respected. When they buy a product, they want the product to continue working, even if it's becoming a legacy product. They want this product to interact with the rest of their platforms. And they want trust. So before I delve into the theme of the Tech Vision, I want to go back to past, what we've done. 2013, we said every business is a real business, is a digital business. When I said that to my client at the time, I was working for oil and gas companies, they would not believe me. Well, now they believe. Our business is propelled, our business is supported by technology. And technology is at the center of everything we do. Enterprise, consumer. There's a blur between our digital life and our real life. That's the way it is. There's like 1.5% people that are still sleeping with their phone in their hands. Well, that's what's happening. The fear of missing out, the FOMO syndrome. We got a problem here. Now, that was very technology-focused. 3 years of technology vision, very technology-focused. And then we shifted gears. We moved to people-centricity, where all this technology needs to be absorbed by people, whether we're talking about workers, employees, or whether we talk about consumers. I'll talk about my mother-in-law later on. And so now we continue shifting. And last year, we talked about post-digital. The post-digital era is here. We believe most of the companies have started a long time ago their digital transformation. In fact, if you not have done that already, you're probably out of business. So I spend my life in the planes, meeting with clients. They talk to me about digital transformation, how they want to drive innovation at scale, how we can help them about this. But today, I believe it's post-digital, and we need to look. We continue definitely to do a lot of digital transformation and helping clients, but we need to think about what all this digital transformation and this technology that we have deployed in our company can help into developing new product, new service to support our customer and to meet their values. So it's all our organization. The focus is organization now. We shifted from technology to people to organization. So what's going to happen in 2020? The theme of this technology vision, what it is this year. Well, I want to talk to you about what the media talk about. It's called Techlash. You heard about Techlash? Tech clash is just the fact that we believe, or the media believe, that people are denying technology. Too much technology, kills technology. And there's a pushback of people on the values that I mentioned: art, agency, control, respect, trust. I don't believe it's tech clash. I think people love technology. I always believe so. My kids, your kids, probably, you love technology. The clash is coming from the business and the IT model that are used by organization and enterprise to fuel basically the product, basically, and the services that they want to market and send to the customer. They're using legacy systems, legacy models, and we need to look at how we can improve them so that we build the future of the product, the future of the services. So it's more a tech clash between those models that are basically not matching what a next generation product and services need to be built for customer. Trust is going to be the currency of future product and services and future experience for our customers. So ladies and gentlemen, the theme of the Tech Vision is this one. We, all of us here, are the post-digital people. And the question I have for companies is that, can enterprise survive the tech clash? We got like 5 trends this year, and I'm going to go through those 5 trends very quickly. The first one we have is the I in the experience. The second one is AI and me. The third one is my preferred one, is the dilemma of smart things, and we talk about how we overcome the beta burden. You're going to see it's very interesting because this is what we're experiencing every day. Robots in the wild, and I'll conclude with innovation DNA. So obviously, I'm going to go very quickly through all those trends. I'll give a couple of examples, the key points to remember, and then the big report of a few hundred pages you guys can have. Basically, you'll have access to it in our booth, and it's all available on our website. It's a PDF document. Have a look at that. There's tons of examples here. Okay, we start with the I in the experience. Helping people to choose their own experience or adventure. Who's subscribed to Netflix here? All right, a lot of people are subscribing to Netflix. Right. There's a great series. This is probably my favorite series. There's tons of good series, but Black Mirrors. Because Black Mirrors, predict in a bad way. I was like, sometimes it's not so funny where technology is going to go. And there's an episode called Bandersnatch. Have you seen this one? Bandersnatch, you should see it. It's an episode where you can influence or you can change what the main actor is going to be doing. So you can direct, control the main actors. Have you seen that? This is pretty cool. So it's almost like you build your own adventure type of episode. And you select the ending you want. People love it because they don't have to swallow some series that we give to you. You have an influence. It's a collaborative between the media and yourself. Collaboration in the experience is everything. And within Accenture and within our labs, there's a lot of work we're doing on something called Industry X.0. You heard about Industry 4.0, German coming with Industry 4.0. I'm sure that another country will come with Industry 5.0. So I got sick of that. I call that Industry X.0, that nobody's going to catch me. And on top of that, I think the X is for cross-industry. Because we talk about industry for planes, industry for cars, but I'm talking about food processing industry, like the burger you told. I'm talking about organ processing. How are we going to build basically organs, or 3D print organs, to transplant those organs in the future? Because that's exactly what's happening and what will happen. And people are working on it already. And so in this Industry X.0, the way you're going to create product, you're going to do that collaboratively with your people. In the labs, we're testing a new way to build a digital toaster. A toaster for my mother-in-law that's going to be completely digitalized. We'll be connected 24 hours per day, okay, on internet. I know exactly how many slices of bread she's been eating, and then maybe I can advise her or coach her for her health. All this will be completely created and designed collaboratively with people using extended reality, all this technology. Collaboration is going to be key. So I think I'll leave you with this. Product that we need to build need to be highly cooperative, highly experienced, and so forth. And we need to think about different models. I want to leave you with this. Experience and collaborative experience mean also sharing data. And we mentioned that data privacy is a big thing for our people. You remember values, what is important. There's already people reinventing data privacy in the context of internet. Our friends, Tim Berners-Lee, is the inventor of World Wide Web and is designing a completely new architecture for gathering your data when you surf the web. It's called the solid architecture. It's based on data linking architecture where you have web pods. And when you surf the web, all your data goes to those web pods. You own the data on the web pods. You can decide who you want to share the data with. And eventually, you can swipe all this data out. Those mindsets are the needed mindset for creating the product and the service for the future. All right, I want to shift to AI and me, and there would not be technology vision without talking about artificial intelligence. Now, we've done a survey which is interesting. Out of the 6,000 people that we surveyed, like IT executive and business executive, for 73% of them, they're either piloting AI or deploying that. That's cool. Pretty happy with that. Now, there's a problem. Only 23% of them are starting to train their people to work with intelligent systems. What that means? That means that they have not developed yet collaborative system. They're developing automation and not collaboration. So yes, remote process automation, there's tons of them. But I think it's a very small fraction of what artificial intelligence can do today. With the progress of natural language processing, the progress of machine learning, the combinatorial effect we can do with combining machine learning and knowledge graph, you can build much more. You can build the next generation of virtual assistants, the one we call conversational virtual assistant. Who's got Alexa in this room? All right. Google HomePod and stuff like that, you all have a virtual assistant. Is it a very smart virtual assistant? No. It's cool. It has voice command. It can tell you about the traffic, the weather, but more or less that's it. Do you engage a conversation with the virtual assistant? No. And why? Because he has no clue about the context. He has no clue about knowledge, real knowledge. And so he cannot engage in a meaningful conversation with you. Our labs is working to combine knowledge graph technology with machine learning so that we engage in a conversation. And that's what we need to build. Verizon is testing that. They're building a whole new customer support system where virtual assistant will talk 70% of the time to solve problems. And if they don't know it, they hand over to an engineer. And they listen. And they augment their knowledge graph so that next time they'll be able to take the question. Well, that's what we need to build. You remember what I told you? Be in control. And being in control is talking to a virtual assistant. Get immersed into the experience. That is going to be very important. All right, my favorite one. The dilemma of smart things. So I tell you this. I spend my life in planes. And I can tell you that. When I'm home, Saturday, I'll visit my mother-in-law, and she's going to ask me to reprogram our TV set, or TV remote. You know why? Because in the 2 weeks that I've been spending in the plane somewhere else, like in incredible India, well, there's those guys, probably from Orange or from SFR, I don't know exactly the provider, who has provided an upgrade on the set-top box, and the guarantee is that we need to reprogram, the TV set or the remote. And that's going to happen, okay? And don't quote me for those providers. Everyone is doing that. Every product that we have that's pushed on the market today is an intelligent product. By 2025, with 5G deployment, we get even more product intelligent. We've got 75 billion of those products. They will be all connected with each other. And if they're dumb themselves, they'll connect with some other guys that's going to be pretty smart. And basically, they get the smartness for this guy. So that's what's going to happen. And every second, every millisecond, there will be a firmware update. What it means? That means that you have a burden. And the burden is always to catch up with all those new features. Always to catch up with the feature that get updated. Reprogram things at home. In fact, you never own the product. You never own the product. There's even a concept in San Francisco, it's called beta shop, where you go there, you buy beta product. They're never finished. And that's cool. I like it. Never finished product is pretty cool. It's always upgradable product. There's a lot of stuff you can do with it. And the first thing you can do with it, which is probably the most important thing, and remember about what I told you, values for the customer, is to build a partnership with your clients. Industry X.0, feedback loop from the customer. That product doesn't work. My digital toaster didn't do what I was expecting. I'm very disappointed. This is what we need to do. People put that on the blogs. Natural language processing, suck this up, and create the next specification of your next toaster. Partnership. people need in their mindset to think about what they're going to do with their product, how they're going to treat the legacy, and how they're going to establish a new partnership. And maybe they don't want to sell the product at all. Maybe they want to do like Shiseido. Shiseido, you know, like this beauty brand from Japan. What they do is really cool. In the morning, you take a picture of your face, or you go like in front of the mirror. All the mirror will be like this. You can take a snapshot of your face. They make analysis. They get the weather forecast. They understand the level of humidity and everything. And they're going to provide you a formula for the best cosmetic product ever. And you know what? They'll build that for you because they have a little platform. It's a little chemical platform with a bunch of lotions. And they'll mix all this stuff for today, for you, just the perfect makeup for the day. 80,000 recipes they have. Listen to me, 80,000 recipes and counting. And you know what? They don't sell the product. They sell a subscription model. And the subscription model is like Nespresso. You buy the capsule. You don't buy the machine. So you buy the lotion refill. That's what you buy. And you access to the platform. That's the mindset that we need to have. A partnership and changing the business model. Okay? And I know that this weekend I will have to reprogram the remote of my mother-in-law. Robots in the wild. That's a fun one too. Every product I mentioned to you are robots by essence. Smart product that can talk, interact with you. Some are working, some are not working. You know? But what's interesting to see is that robots is going away and is leaving the environment, the confined environment of manufacturing, shop floor, and all these things, you know, supply chain. This is a confined environment where it's very protected. We'll see robots going in the wild, robots going to the city. With 5G, it's going to be even faster, you know. This is what we're going to see. So what it means for us, number one is that it extends the business reach of companies. Meaning that if you look at Amazon Scout, the robots that can deliver your package at your doorstep, we're solving here the last mile problem. But what it means is that for you who's going to receive the package, you're happy because you're a customer from Amazon. But from a bunch of the people that this robot is going to find basically along the way to distribute the package, that might be a problem. They might hurt them. It might be an inconvenience. You need to think that those people that are not your customer eventually might become one day a customer. What will they think about this experience with the robot? Going back to collaboration with machine. There are companies that are working on it, and our labs is working on it, for example. We're working on what we call intention platform, what people want to do when they're facing a machine. Volvo and Perceptive Automata are working on a new system for driving cars automatically, like driverless car, and they're working with these startups to include into the machine learning what I call behavioral science. Anticipate what pedestrians are going to be doing. And that's what we'll have to put. So we'll have to go for a war of talents, getting more people that understand all these mechatronics plus behavioral science, all these things that we need to bake into this. We'll have to reinvent the experience, okay? And we'll go back to what we've done in the past, you know, it's like driving a lot of software development with different type of platform, working on interoperability between the different robots as well. I think it's going to be a fun time, but we need really to think about this. Now, the last one is that I went through all those trends, and I think you understand, I mean, they're all connected to the same thing. So it's like, again, the immersion in the experience, more collaboration between human and machine, the trust, which is paradigm to all these things, the value that can generate. If you generate values and partnership to your clients, you automatically will generate value to your company because they will stick with you because they have the best values, you have the best experience, and the best partnership. That needs to be supported by innovation DNA. And innovation DNA is very simple. Is that not something that you invent basically every day, something that basically you need to have in your culture. So 3 things to remember in this innovation DNA is that you need to deploy the technology which is mature as much as possible and as fast as you can. Incubate the one that you can apply very quickly, like quantum and stuff like that, and still be on the look at science progress, like material science and everything to test this out. I'll conclude with just one slide. I'm going to be very quick. Number 1 is, oh, it's not coming. I can say that to you. In 2013, we say every business is a deal business. I believe that every company is a technology company. And Julie Sweet, our CEO, will say every CEO is a technology CEO. with this. Thanks for your time, and have fun with technology.
Thank you so much, Mark, as a token of our appreciation for having joined us and shared your thoughts and insights with us. Here you go.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Oh, I need to, all right. With this, like this.